Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, November 11th, suggest that Anna Devane questioned Jason Morgan about how long he had been lying to her. Anna questioned Jason's involvement in Holly Sutton's intentions, but Jason refused to answer her. Anna finally came to realize that Jason would always hold secrets and prioritize his allegiance to Sonny Corinthos over everything else. However, Jason was still prepared to assist Anna in locating Valentine Cassadine. Meanwhile, Natalia Ramirez checked on the other driver after a car accident and was shocked to realize Cristina Corinthos Davis had driven into her lane. Michael Corinthos spoke with his father about the honesty concerns in his marriage and how he was no longer on the same side as Willow Corinthos. Before Michael could provide any further updates, Natalia called Sonny and informed him about Cristina's troubles. Natalia eventually returned to Cristina, who acknowledged to feeling overwhelmed by her losses and relied on her for comfort. Cristina didn't want to inform Alexis Davis about the accident, but she was fine with the fact that Natalia had called Sonny. Later, at the penthouse, Cristina told Sonny she was crying over a playlist Sam McCall had created. That was the cause of Cristina's accident, and Sonny felt she should tell Alexis the truth about it. Drew Quartermaine stopped by the Quartermaine gatehouse, carrying the earring Willow had left in the playroom. Drew also wanted to check on Willow after what transpired between them, but she asked him to keep his distance. Drew did notice, however, that Willow reddened both when she lied and now. Willow realized Drew had to tell also because he didn't blink when he was dishonest. Drew's time with Willow provided him a glimpse of the life they may have had together, but Willow was already with Michael. Michael stood outside the gatehouse, watching Willow gently touch Drew's face. After calling Diane Miller, Michael stated that he needed to speak with a lawyer regarding his marriage. Diane consoled Alexis after Sam's death and advised her to prioritize her own well-being. Otherwise, there would be nothing left for anyone else. In Robert Scorpio's office, he was interrogated by Max Scorpio about the current Holly drama, but Robert refused to discuss Sasha Gilmore Corbin's kidnapping. Robert also knew that, before he could consider a future with Holly, he needed to tell Diane the truth about his feelings. Holly approached Jack Brennan's office for assistance in dealing with the money she owed a syndicate. Holly believed that because she was freelancing for the WSB, they would be held liable if she failed to pay. Holly didn't have enough diamonds to pay off the bill, so she needed help. Brennan could only give one-way passage to Lisbon tonight, so Holly accepted. After Holly left, Jason arrived to inform Brennan of Sidwell's location. Brennan could only confirm that Sidwell was no longer a threat to Port Charles. Brennan predicted that if Jason assisted Anna in tracking down Valentine, things would not go as planned. Holly returned to Anna's office, searching for assistance. Felicia Scorpio received information on the kidnapping and explosion pandemonium on GH, but she believed Sasha should give Holly another chance before it was too late. Felicia's own encounter with Georgie Jones had taught her that. After examining Sasha, the doctor requested x-rays to determine whether she was pregnant. Sasha quickly dismissed the idea, flashing back to hooking up with Michael and decided not to have the x-rays after all. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sasha may be facing a pregnancy concern, so stay tuned to find out what her future contains. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason Morgan will appear in several exciting episodes between November 11th and November 15th. After facing Anna Devane's questioning about the secrets he's been harboring, Jason will return his focus to his struggling kid. Danny Morgan is still hurting from Sam McCall's death, so Jason may feel overwhelmed and uneasy about taking on a larger role in his life. Jason may be concerned that he may have a negative impact on Danny and lead him astray. Nonetheless, Elizabeth Baldwin will offer Jason some optimism in the November 12th episode. Liz may reassure Jason that he does not have to be a great father, he only needs to be present and caring. Danny needs Jason more than ever, so Jason must step up and be the father he so desperately needs. As part of that plan, Jason may wish to move out of his small apartment above Bobby's and into a larger one with more space for Danny. However, Alexis Davis believes Danny and Scout Quartermaine should live with her full-time. Jason isn't used to caring for a teenager on his own, so Alexis isn't comfortable with him taking the lead on parenting Danny. Furthermore, Alexis doubts Sam would desire that, given her earlier concerns about Jason being a danger magnet. Jason may not object to Danny mostly living with Alexis, but things may get complicated if Danny says he wants to live with his father. That news may cause Jason to insist that everything is fine while receiving some opposition from Alexis. Whatever the situation, according to GH spoilers, Jason will have a violent meltdown on November 14th. We'll see Jason lose his cool, but who will be on the receiving end of Stone Cold's rant? If they do get into a Danny-related confrontation, it's possible that Alexis will be involved. Jason and Alexis are both mourning right now, and they may take it out on each other in the midst of all the tension. Jason could potentially blow up at someone else. If Jack Brennan tries to recruit Jason for missions again, he may go too far during this time of bereavement. However, it's possible that pushy Anna will face Jason's wrath instead. Regardless, Carly Spencer will question Jason and try to console him in the aftermath of his tantrum, but he will not be willing to open up to her. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason will have some fantastic scenes coming up nonetheless, so stay tuned for updates on the Sam repercussions and predictions for what comes next. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason Morgan will appear in several exciting episodes between November 11th and November 15th. After facing Anna Devane's questioning about the secrets he's been harboring, Jason will return his focus to his struggling kid. Danny Morgan is still hurting from Sam McCall's death, so Jason may feel overwhelmed and uneasy about taking on a larger role in his life. Jason may be concerned that he may have a negative impact on Danny and lead him astray. Nonetheless, Elizabeth Baldwin will offer Jason some optimism in the November 12th episode. Liz may reassure Jason that he does not have to be a great father, he only needs to be present and caring. Danny needs Jason more than ever, so Jason must step up and be the father he so desperately needs. As part of that plan, Jason may wish to move out of his small apartment above Bobby's and into a larger one with more space for Danny. However, Alexis Davis believes Danny and Scout Quartermain should live with her full-time. Jason isn't used to caring for a teenager on his own, so Alexis isn't comfortable with him taking the lead on parenting Danny. Furthermore, Alexis doubts Sam would desire that, given her earlier concerns about Jason being a danger magnet. Michael makes a decision after catching Drew and Willow again, and Holly prepares to leave town. Today on General Hospital, Holly is offered a ticket out of town, Alexis returns to work, and Michael discovers Drew and Willow together. On today's General Hospital, Anna visits Jason in her office and asks if he'd like to help her clean up the mess she's made in Port Charles recently. She informs him about the explosion and the jewels and wonders how long he has been involved in Holly's scheme. "I don't know what you're talking about." But before he can leave, Anna reminds him that they're far from finished. She assumed they were friends, and when he claims they are, she pleads for honesty. They both admit to keeping secrets from each other, and Anna laments their friendship. "Your loyalty to Sonny will always come above everything and everyone else." But she still wants his help in finding Valentine. "You'll have it." He tells her he'd be sorry if their friendship ended and then leaves. Drew knocks on Willow's door, and she says Michael is upstairs, but Drew knows he isn't because he saw him leave. He gives her the earring from their tryst in Scout's chamber, and she thanks him. Drew apologizes for her lies. He flirtatiously tells her that he notices her blushing every time she does it. Willow expresses gratitude, but asks that he keep his distance for the time being. "You're blushing," he whispers. Willow then informs him that he did not come to return her earring, and he too has a towel. He does not blink. Drew acknowledges that she is correct. He wanted to make sure she was okay. "That's fantastic," she replies, "but he should stay away." All she wants to do is stop lying to Michael, but she can't. Drew promises her that Michael will not find out about them sleeping together, and he regrets that it is causing her pain and that he has lost a buddy. She apologizes and asks how he and Scout are doing. It wasn't easy, but she was there for him when he had nowhere else to go. Natalia stands on the side of the road, calling for aid, stunned to learn that Christina is also involved in the incident. They settle on some pebbles near the accident and take stock. Christina apologizes, and Natalia assures her that insurance can handle the situation. Natalia learned about Sam, and Christina began to open up. Michael is over at Sunny's, talking about Sam and Dante. However, his primary concern is his marriage. He assumed their connection would always be pleasant and easy, but he is concerned that he is mistaken now. They are no longer a team and are unable to be honest with one another. Either of these. Sunny assures him that they can overcome obstacles, but just as Michael is ready to tell him more, his phone rings. Natalia calls and says she needs him. Christina is in peril. Christina discusses how she lost her sister and her baby, and how while she was in the cemetery, she realized she would never see them again. Ever. She thanks Natalia for being wonderful, but asks her not to tell her mother. She has too much going on. Natalia agrees, but adds she's already called her dad. As a mom, Alexis will never not worry about you. Christina inquires about Ollie's well-being, but Natalia responds that she has not yet phoned back. But she sees her out there, fulfilling her ambition. Christina promises her that her daughter will always love her, injured or not. She then claims that Sam was the stronger one, but Natalia insists that is not true. Christina is, too. Sunny arrives, and Christina, relieved, hugs him. Felicia discovers Sasha in a hospital room and asks her what happened. Sasha informs her about the kidnapping, explosion, and her mother. Felicia tells her she's known Holly for a long time and has seen the devastation she's done. But she's like family, and just as Robert is, so is Sasha. We're all Scorpios, and Scorpios all show up for each other. Felicia wants additional information about what happened. It's a long story. Felicia maintains Holly is capable of deep love, telling her that when Sasha's mother lost Robert, it changed her. Maybe she handed Sasha to her grandmother as a reminder of what she had lost. Felicia knows Holly adores her, and as justified as her anger and worry are, holding on is depriving her from a connection with her mother. If she does not let go, she will later regret it. Felicia understands that she will always regret not being able to make amends to Georgie. A little while later, Sasha attempts to phone her mother at the Metro Court, only to discover that she has checked out. Holly visits Brennan's office to get what I'm owed. She owes a large sum of money to a syndicate while freelancing for the WSB. If she does not pay, she will be killed, and the WSB will be held responsible. She needed the diamonds, and now she simply wants the WSB to pay her due. She owes them for saving her daughter, but she hopes that the next time they need someone with her skills, she is still alive. Brennan claims all he can provide is one-way travel to Lisbon. Tonight. She will take it. Brennan makes it obvious before she leaves that she owes him. And the WSB always collects, Holly explains. Mac rushes into Robert's office and demands to know what mess Holly has gotten him into. Robert inquires whether he is there as an officer or a member of his family. He is certain that the explosion is related to her. He has witnessed enough Holly calamities to know she is to blame. No comment. Holly is constantly in trouble, but Robert always makes an exception for her. Robert claims he has done enough to avoid judging her, and Mac has forgiven Felicia how many times? Mac acknowledges this, and he has decided to forgive her and spend the remainder of their lives together. Then you understand my position, Robert informs his brother. He has a new daughter, Holly is in town, and everything is okay in his world. Mac thinks it's time to get to the point, are Robert and Holly back together, and if so, where does that leave Diane? Diane rushes over to hug Alexis when she enters their office. I'm so sorry, she says, before sitting down and saying nothing more. She knows Alexis well enough to understand that she has to immerse herself in work, and that is all she will say. Thank you. But then Alexis starts talking about Sam dying and not being able to do anything about it. She can't stand being powerless, and her life is in ruins. She can't assist everyone her daughter leaves behind, just as she couldn't help Sam. Diane firmly informs her that there was nothing she could do. But she can and must take care of herself. In the show's concluding minutes, Sunny asks Christina what transpired at his apartment. She informs him that she was listening to a playlist Sam had made for her when she was in the hospital. She became distraught, started crying, and swerved into Natalia's lane. She was relieved that everyone was safe and that he handled the situation well. But couldn't he tell Mom about it? Sunny believes Alexis deserves to know. They are experiencing the same suffering and can lean on each other. Jason walks over to Brennan and asks where Sidwell is. He's been told that Sidwell would no longer be a threat to anyone in Port Charles. He goes on to say that the WSB has no idea where Valentine is and has no desire to find out. Don't help Anna find Valentine. It won't go well if it does. Holly goes to Anna and asks for aid. Robert informs Mac that he does not want to hurt Diane. She's a great woman. But she is not Holly. Mac believes that if Holly's lies about Sasha throughout the years haven't persuaded Robert, nothing else will. So he wishes them happiness. Robert explains that before he can consider their future, he needs to be honest with Diane. Diane tells Alexis that she is one of the strongest individuals she knows, and she only wishes she could help her. They then discuss work, and Alexis expresses gratitude to Diane for the pivot. Drew tells Willow that the night in the nursery gave him a glimpse of their future together. Willow places her palm on his face and reminds him that this isn't the life. Outside, Michael watches them before taking out his phone and calling Diane. I need to speak with a lawyer regarding my marriage. Before taking Sasha's x-rays, the doctor asks if she's pregnant. Sasha declines, flashes back to Michael and wants to avoid the x-rays. Willow recognized what she had done in the Quartermaine playroom and was terrified. She lay on the floor with Drew naked after grief sex, knowing she had most certainly ended her marriage. Willow had a horrible expression on her face as she dressed. Drew told Willow that he understood it shouldn't have happened. Drew justified his behavior by claiming that he was caught off guard by Sam's death. Willow said they were both to blame for their frolic on the floor. There are two of us in this room. Willow remarked, we're both responsible for what just happened. She insisted that what they did would never happen again. I love Michael. Willow cried, I'm not sure what I was thinking. Drew vowed to keep their sex a secret. Willow then said that she would exit the back staircase and return through the front so that no one would know she was ever with Drew upstairs. Neither Willow nor Drew realized she had left her earring on the floor. Brooklyn volunteered to be Michael's listening ear, but he was more focused on finding Willow. Brooklyn didn't know where Michael's wife was, so the subject shifted to Sam. They still couldn't believe she had died so quickly. Scout dashed into the living room, looking for Brooklyn, since she had a frightening dream. She tried to find Drew, but he was not in his room. Love General Hospital, B&B, Days, or other soap operas? Join the debate on our SC forums. Click here to interact with fans and participate in debates immediately. Willow sneaked in the front door to see Michael waiting in the living room as Brooklyn led Scout to the kitchen for hot chocolate. Willow claimed to have switched off her phone and not heard him text or call. Drew walked in next. Willow wrapped her arms around him, telling Drew she was sorry about Sam. Scout rushed into the living room, telling Drew she had an awful dream. Drew tried to console his daughter, telling her it was acceptable to be upset. Willow looked on in anxious awe, while Michael peered at her warily. Later, when Michael checked his phone, he discovered a video of Willow and Drew performing the deed in the playroom on their shared baby monitor app. When Willow entered the entryway, Michael hurriedly buried the phone. Scout asked Willow if she might help Drew tuck her in. Michael watched Willow, Drew, and Scout stroll up the stairs together, as if they were a family. Holly admitted to Robert that she had taken Sidwell's jewels when she fled Africa. Robert was outraged, but he committed to do everything he could to help her. Holly informed Robert that her hotel room had been ransacked. Robert suggested Holly return the jewels, but Holly refused. Robert asked Holly what she intended to do with the diamonds, but she refused to tell him. Holly urged Robert to stop Sidwell from following her until her Port Charles business was finished. Robert was frightened that Holly was preparing to leave town again. I want to get to know my daughter, and I want you to be part of that, Robert told me. Anna burst in and broke the bad news to Robert and Holly. Sidwell was in Port Charles and kidnapped Sasha. Carly went to Brennan's office to inform him that Sasha had just been stolen right out of the Quartermaine kitchen by a man who instructed her to inform Sasha's mother that he wanted his diamonds returned. Carly described the man as being tall and muscular. Carly recognized Sidwell the moment Brennan gave her a photograph of the offender. Carly reminded out that Sasha's mother had died, therefore Sidwell's statement made little sense. Brennan summoned Anna to discuss the matter. Anna was astonished to learn that Sidwell was in Port Charles. When Carly told Anna what happened to Sasha, she was surprised to learn that Holly was Sasha's mother. Anna emphasized that their first concern was to get Sasha to safety. "I think I know where to start," she added. Portia met Lucas at the hospital and inquired about the status of Sam's autopsy. Portia did not have any answers yet. Brad overheard the talk but tried to stay out of sight. After Lucas moved away, Portia approached Isaiah to discuss. Portia and Isaiah moved their conversation to Portia's office. Isaiah was pleased to learn that Lulu was doing well. Portia asked Isaiah if there were any signs that Lucas had made a mistake during Sam's surgery. Isaiah insisted that Lucas did the surgery flawlessly. Portia stated she was concerned since Lucas did surgery on his sister, which is against protocol. Isaiah wondered whether Portia was looking for actual answers or a scapegoat. Portia stated that there was a whole different level of pressure for Dr. Jones when he was in the OR because he was performing surgery on his sister. In the lounge, Lucas sifted through his notes, looking for information on post-operative cardiac arrest. After his shower, Lucas dug through his locker and found a snapshot of himself and Sam. Brad went in softly while Lucas was getting dressed. When Dante arrived home, he heard a key in the door. He intuitively assumed it was Sam, but it was Sunny. Dante observed how quiet it was in the penthouse. Sam filled this room with love and laughter. "And now there's deafening silence," Dante added. Sunny tried to persuade Dante that things will better, but he was too distraught to believe it. "She provided a home for my son. She provided him a mother while he was lost. She treated my child as if he were one of hers. She invited us into her home to become part of her family. What will happen to my family now that she is gone?" Dante asked. Sunny warned Dante not to drown in his sadness. Dante was concerned that he wouldn't be enough for Rocco, so Sunny reminded him that he had the support of his friends and family. Dante hurried upstairs to take a shower before Olivia arrived. Sunny offered Olivia an update on their son, mentioning that Dante was concerned about Sam's children. Holly tells Robert in the DA's office that she understands if he cannot forgive her since she is unable to forgive herself. She wondered if Robert would cut her out of his life if he couldn't get over the fact that she kept his daughter from him. Maxie and Spinelli toasted with cider because Mac had taken the kids trick-or-treating for them. Maxie assumed Mac would consider it a favor to him instead, and Spinelli assumed Mac would allow the kids significantly more candy than they would, but Maxie corrected him, saying it would be significantly more than I would. There was a knock at the door, and the two dashed out to give candy to trick-or-treaters, but a sad-looking Jason was there instead. In the hospital chapel, Rocco told Laura that Sam's death was his fault. She tried to convince him that it wasn't, but through tears, he asked his grandma if she knew what was on his mind when Lulu and Sam were in surgery. He admitted, "If only one of them could live, I wanted it to be my mom." She assured him that was a natural reaction, but he believed that putting it out there in the cosmos made it come true. Sunny sat with Dante in the hospital and asked what he could do. "I don't know," Dante replied, "tell me how to live without her." Love General Hospital, B&B, Days, or other soap operas? Join the debate on our SC forums. Click here to interact with fans and participate in debates immediately. Meanwhile, Alexis was with Christina and Molly at Sam's house, and she was stricken with grief. They told her that everything would be fine, but she refused. She gasped for oxygen and cried, saying, "I know I'm supposed to be comforting you right now, but I can't. I am really sorry, I don't know how." Robert began, out of curiosity, but Holly interrupted, "That killed the cat, you know." He went on to question, if he never saw her again, would she stay out of his life? She inquired if it was what he wanted, and he said that there were times when he thought she was dead, and those were some of the worst days of his life. She understood, but Robert said he didn't want her to leave and wondered whether they could re-establish their trust after everything she'd withheld from him over the years. Drew entered the room where Scout was and inquired as to what she was drawing. She said that she was drawing a picture of herself, Danny, and Sam at the park, and he remarked it was stunning. He asked if she wanted to talk about her mother, if she had any questions or concerns, and vowed to always be honest with her. She inquired as to whether Sam was truly gone, to which he said yes and expressed regret that he had to say so. She does not want her mother to be gone. Carly inquired at the Quartermains as to Danny's level of productivity. He explained that Sam always segregated his Halloween sweets for quality control to verify that it was all safe to eat. He assumed she did it because she simply wanted some candy. Carly informed him that the dentist across from her always gave out toothbrushes, and Danny thought, that's just wrong. He divided the candy Scout didn't enjoy. Carly commended him on being a good brother, and he stated that Sam always said it was his responsibility to watch out for Scout, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Jason went into Maxie and Spinelli's house and asked whether the kids were there. Maxie recounted that they were out trick-or-treating, and when she inquired if everything was well, he replied, no. Spinelli wanted to take the conversation into his office, but Jason demanded that they both hear what he said. He informed them that Sam had suffered a heart attack, and when Maxie asked to visit her at the hospital, Jason told her she couldn't since Sam had died. Maxie was shocked, and Jason simply stated, Sam died. Dante asked Sonny if he realized Sam was the reason he was alive. They mentioned Dante's PTSD from his WSB mission and how she helped him put parts of his life back together. Sonny acknowledged that he couldn't get through to Dante at the moment, but Sam did. Dante claimed she was his true buddy, and Sonny added that it worked both ways. Dante said it took some time, but they eventually became each other's second chance. Sonny was relieved she got him through to the other side. Dante pondered who would do it this time, and Sonny said, you. Molly asked Alexis to tell them what occurred, but she didn't know. She was with Sam, who was okay but didn't wake up. The girls were grateful Alexis was with Sam in her final moments, so she wasn't alone. Alexis stated, this isn't supposed to happen. I am not supposed to lose my children. The three hugged and grieved together. Holly assured Robert that she loved him and apologized for being cowardly about difficult discussions. She confesses to being afraid at the prospect of rejection. She admitted to lying to him or herself, but said it was not out of malice. Robert believed her. She reasoned that if he hadn't known about Sasha and the secrets she concealed from him, they might have been able to reconcile, but Robert responded that she would eventually have to tell him about Sasha. He stated that even if that happened, they would remain where they are. Holly also acknowledged that she expected to have to tell him and Sasha everything because they are both important to her. Laura informed Rocco that this is not how the universe works. It was tragic, but had nothing to do with him. He was grateful Mom always treated him like one of the kids, not like he wasn't her son. He explained that he and Sam had a secret handshake that no one else knew about, and Laura thought it was unique. They both agreed, and Rocco questioned how he could have had such bad ideas. Laura wondered whether Sam was present and what she would say to him. He replied that Sam would have claimed he had no influence over what transpired. Laura agreed and stated that Sam would not blame him, and he should not blame himself. Sonny told Dante that he was in a different place now than when he initially met Sam. Dante claimed it was because she helped him through it. Sonny stated that Dante's family was there for him. It's a long list of people who would do anything in their power to support you, Sonny told me. Dante stated that it felt improper, and Sonny agreed. Sonny mentioned that Dante and Sam were very well together. Dante knew he had to keep going for the kids, but he was scared that after he left the hospital, he'd have to start over without Sam. But he doesn't know how to do it and does not want to be without her. Alexis reassured Molly and Christina that Sam loved them. Molly bemoaned that the last time they were all together, Sam fled because, despite Sam's good act of donating her liver to Lulu, Molly and Christina made it all about them. Alexis explained that they couldn't have predicted what would happen and that they should have no regrets, just do whatever they could to hold on to one another because the three of them are all they have. She stated that they will all love each other forever and never let go. Maxie believed it should not have occurred because Lulu's life was at stake, and Spinelli noted that the treatment was intended to be regular. Jason confirmed that she suffered a heart attack, and the doctors had no idea why. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.